a year of the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak hit the world, and no one could have expected that it would leave a harsh impact on the world economic landscape. Malaysia itself is one of the countries that immediately acted by implementing the enforcement of the Movement Control Order or MCO for almost 3 months from March 13 to May 3 to curb the spread of the coronavirus. This is causes various sectors of the economy to face difficulties, and the public is limited to doing daily activities. In addition to closed state and national activities are strictly prohibited. During the MCO, many economic sectors that previously generate large profit suffer losses, including hospitality, education, businesses, aviation, and tourism. In fact, there are companies that choose to roll over because they can no longer offer operating costs. Several months later, it seemed like Malaysia had managed to contain the spread of COVID-19, but a recent surge in coronavirus cases has many Malaysians worried, and the government is still implementing the conditional movement control order and the tight movement control order in some areas to curb the disease. The implementation of the MCO has paralyzed the country's economic sector for a while, and many industry and businesses have also been affected. Entrepreneurs are also affected when their businesses are unable to operate normally. The health concerns are now taking a toll on local businesses, as many people only go out of the house to buy necessities, while the rest will be at home if there are no important matters to do. Here are the reports.
Alex Chong hopes to pick up some customers for his restaurant, but this shopping mall is very light on foot traffic at a time of day when it's typically busy.
I'm totally blank. I don't know what to do.
Chong's company owns 9 restaurants, including this one called Lele. After several rough months at the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic, business began to bounce back in August and September. But this month, Chong's restaurants have seen a dramatic drop in customers once again.
So people are just staying at home and they are more afraid.
The residents of New Zealand had a bit of rough night far from the island nation, was hit by 3 major offshore earthquakes in a span of less than 8 hours. The last earthquake, which was measured as being 8.1 on the Richter scale, struck New Zealand in North Zealand, prompting immediate tsunami warnings across the region. Before that, there were 2 earthquakes that measured 7.4 and some say 7.3 on the Richter scale that occurred pretty much in the same neighborhood. However, New Zealand Emergency Services has now downgraded the threat of the tsunami and have said that all those who had been evacuated from their homes can now safely return. Thousands of New Zealanders on the east coast of the country's North Island had evacuated to higher ground in the Bay of Islands. People were seen climbing to the top of a hill as the tsunami alerts were sounded in the region. An emergency alert was also issued for all coastal areas around Auckland. A city of about 1.7 million people were told to stay away from the water's edge. So far, there has been no reports of any damages or deaths recorded. The communities also stretches of the northern island were warned to flee the tsunami alert. Sirens, rail and emergency services told residents to evacuate their homes immediately.
National number 1 men's single shuttler Lee Zizia defeated Kento Momota of Japan for the first time to reach the All England semi-finals. Zizia fended off a late fight back from the Japanese player before pulling off to a 21-16, 21-19 win in 54 minutes in the quarterfinals at the Arena Birmingham on Friday, March 19. Lee Zizia shocked 2-time world champion Kento Momota to reach the semi-finals. The pair went blow for blow up until the interval, taken at 11-8. Lee surged on from there, matching Momota's razor-sharp movement to win 7 straight points and take the first game 21-16. Lee saw a net caught go his way to make it 2019, and he went on to seal the match against the 2019 champion. I've never beaten him before, so this is a very special moment for me, said Lee, who has long been a keen follower of the Japanese player. In the past, he used to make a lot of mistakes and mess up his smashes, but not this time. He's more calculated with his shots and made it difficult for Momota to respond. I did a lot of studying about Momota. Every time I played him, it seems like there's a big gap between us. I always discuss about what strategy I have to play against him. We worked a lot on that. Today is a big win for us, said Lee. National number one singles player Li Zijia received a windfall in the form of 1,000 shares of FNN worth 30,300 ringgit following his sensational victory at the 2021 All England Open in Birmingham, England last month. The contribution from 100 Plus was presented to Zijia by FNN Holdings Berhad Chairman Tengku Sharif Bendahara Perlis Sheikh Badaruddin Jamalulai and Chief Executive Officer Lim Yu Ho at a simple ceremony. 100 Plus Senior Marketing Manager Leong Wai Yin said, Zijia's success was remarkable, especially when he defeated two of the world's best players, Kento Momota from Japan in the quarterfinals and Victor Axelsen, Denmark, in the finals. During the contract signing ceremony last January, Zijia said that the support from 100 Plus would help inspire him to achieve greater success. He fulfilled his promise and now he is the All England champion, said Wai Yin in a statement. Thank you.
Welcome to Entertainment News. On 19 March 2021, Malaysian actress and fitness influencer Sharifah Sakina dropped a bombshell, revealing she has plans to leave Malaysia because her mental health is suffering. The 31 years old, whose real name is Sharifah Nurul Sakina Sheikh Abu Bakar Al-Khaid, has been seeking help from doctors and therapists for the past couple of years. The mom of one said she suffers from severe depression, anxiety, and self-harm. Sakina, who suffers from attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, was also prescribed medication to improve her mental health. I have suffered from heavy depression, anxiety with self-harming behavior, and my work has sometimes been reduced to my room where I have spent days in bed without going out. My anxiety and depression have sometimes been so bad that I have been afraid of my own action and action I might take if I did not pop my pills. I have been my own greatest dangers, she wrote to her 2.4 million followers. The Aku Yang Kau Gelak Isteri star said she planned to move abroad and take a hiatus from acting. I have now realized I cannot do this fully on my own and I need a change of scenery, which is why I plan to leave Malaysia. I have already informed that I will take a break from acting and now you know the real reason, Sakina said, adding that she needs to focus on her personal challenge. Her post comes in conjunction with an interview with talk show host Dato' Azna Nawawi on the Astoria program Heart to Heart that aired last night. In a snippet from the interview, a tearful Sakina is seen apologize. I'm sorry, I need to understand that my mental health is really bad right now. That's why I'm planning not to stay in Malaysia. I'm moving. The actress, who has a 4-year-old daughter, also spoke of how she was taught she was a bad parent and wife when she was married to businessman Alif Adha Jamil. This is a short part of clip on Heart to Heart programs.
Okay, Umi, I'm so sorry that I'm doing this to you. Aibkan nama keluarga, whatever they said. Oh, because we Syed Sharifah ke apa, kena jaga pakaian, kena jaga adab. But I can't do that. It's because of, I just don't know why. I still want to be myself. I still want to fight for something that nak menegakkan benang yang basah. So, sorry sangat-sangat. I really need you to understand that my mental health is very bad right now. I'm relying on medication, and that's why I'm planning not to stay in Malaysia. I'm moving. I think Michael is going to be the right guy for me to guide, to go to counselling back and forth when we're in Stockholm.
Okay. Now it's time for you to tell your daughter.
Anais, Mommy needs to be away for a while to fix myself first. After I fix myself, and I come and see you. Alright?